Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Think Tank, where I go over a step-by-step analysis on how Ashanti went from pop princess to Walmart employee. Kidding. Welcome to another episode of Think Tank, where I talk about whatever comes to my mind, because that's just how my fucking brain works. Ready? Let's go. So the biggest news on the planet, realistically nothing else fucking matters. Beyonce's pregnant, not with one baby, but two. Like, what the fuck? Just as soon as all of us accepted our fate that the end of America and the world as we know it is coming to an end, Beyonce gives us something to believe in. Two more gorgeous Creole babies to come in and save us from whatever evil may come our way. Because one thing about it, we know that we may not survive the apocalypse, but Beyonce, Oprah, and Cher are gonna survive the apocalypse. That's just the truth. And if the world has to be repopulated via Beyonce's accord, then that's just what the fuck is gonna happen. Beyonce just single-handedly reassembled the Powerpuff Girls. Of course, Blue is gonna be Blossom because she's the head bitch in charge, and then she just had Jay stir up some of his sugar spice and everything nice and dip it in her Chemical X, and now here will come little Buttercup and Blossom Knowles Carter, ready to take on the world into button Northwest calls as they've been doing. So, congratulations Beyonce, congratulations to us really, because Beyonce literally was just like, congratulations, I'm pregnant. So, I think we all know that one girl that always says something stupid like,
I pull all the niggas. I can get dick anytime I want.
that girl's bugging, and here's why. Most guys would fuck a fire hydrant if it had a bodycon dress on it. So what are you bragging about, talking about you can get dick anytime you want? Women actually spend most of their time in their life refusing dick, like, no sir, no dick for me, thanks. They spend a lot of time in their life saying, sorry sir, I was just trying to pick up this bag of chips, I didn't know it came with a side of dick. So what are you bragging about it for? Like, instead of bragging about you can get dick anytime you want, bragging about the fact that you're a good person and people want to be around you, if that's the case. Or if it's not the case, then work on it. So Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne, the Hip Hop Avengers, are back together. Everybody needs to clap it up for that shit. Fuck. Fresh off of her separation from Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj ran back into the arms of her two best friends and musical soulmates, and they're getting ready to cook up some heat. Which to that, I just want to say thank you, Nicki Minaj, for watching my video of the party that I threw for you when you broke up Meek Mill in the first place and doing exactly what the fuck I said. Shortly after that, probably maybe the day after that, we learned that Nicki Minaj's house was burglarized and $200,000 of jewelry was stolen and her clothes were cut up and a bunch of shit. Which comes first off of her posting pictures with Drake, which then points the finger back at Meek Mill. And Meek Mill's telling Papparazzi, do I look like I gotta rob somebody? Yes, motherfucker, you look like you would rob somebody, like you would do something petty like that. So moral of the story, Nicki Minaj is right where she belongs, Meek Mill's a bitch, Drake's still winning, Lil Wayne's still high, and peace is restored in the land. So as human beings, we tend to form this sphere of compassion for people who've been through similar situations as us. So for me, even when I hate being in public places for longer than a half an hour, and damn sure hate talking to goddamn strangers, when I'm out and I see a cashier, I tend to be more polite to a cashier. But I spent many a day behind a cash register and hated my life. So I was in the supermarket the other day and I pulled up to the cashier and I said, hello, how are you? And she dead-faced me. She just looked at me like, and I was like, okay, like, you can hate your job all you want, but you need to keep your aggression where your aggression belongs. If someone's being nice to you, be nice to them. It doesn't take that much. It doesn't take that much out of your spirit just to be nice to somebody. I understand that you hate your life, because when I was a cashier, I fucking hated my life too. I wanted to pull a pin out of a grenade and roll it underneath the cashier of the guy that's texting or flirting with a girl who's supposed to be on her lunch break and I've got a full line. Like, I wanted to do that. But if you can have the basic human decency to say hello to somebody who just said hello to you, you might just be a goddamn cashier forever. So I just didn't say another word to her. I was like, okay, this can be a very peaceful, silent transaction. Like, we were mutes for the rest of that. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me my total. I can read. Fuck out of here. So of course, me being me, trying to hightail it out of there, I'm trying to make teriyaki chicken and I leave soy sauce. So I'm like, fuck. So I gotta go back to the supermarket in the same day. And of course, her register is the one that's open. So I went right back there with my soy sauce. I don't know what was different this time. I mean, whatever little attitude she had, it seemed to have passed. And this time she just gave me a hello. And I didn't say a fucking word. No, don't try to fix this shit. We've established the ground rules for this interaction. We don't use words. I mean, if you want to communicate with me, you can hold up a dry erase board, I'll read it, but we don't talk to each other. We don't got shit to talk about before you can even tell me my total. I have the 5 in my hand. I know how much the soy sauce costs. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, or don't give a fuck. I am such a petty fucking cancer. So Lady Gaga did the Super Bowl last night. Congratulations to Lady Gaga on a great job. We had heard before the Super Bowl that Lady Gaga was ordered to not be political during the Super Bowl performance and just be entertaining. Here's the thing. Art imitates life, and in life, people are being discriminated against. People are having their basic rights taken away. People are having their basic rights restricted. So how can someone underneath artistic integrity express themselves without having a commentary on the bullshit that's going on in the society? But of course, white people. So I'll let you have it. Starting off on the camera, you just see Lady Gaga standing on something and she starts singing God Bless America. So I'm like, oh, here the fuck we go. Because one thing about it being pro-American right now is an act of politics. But that's not the point. So she finishes singing God Bless America or whatever beautifully, and then you see her look down and she just jumps like she's fucking King Tommen in the Game of Thrones finale. So everybody's like, oh shit! So then actually she's in a harness, she was on top of some sort of fixture. She's like 40 feet in the air and she's flipping around. It's like Pink Who, giving you all these fucking Barnum and Bailey circus aerial acts, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So then she went into Edge of Glory, Born This Way, Poker Face, Telephone, Just Dance, Million Reasons, and Bad Romance, which I'm so glad she did Bad Romance. She left out Papparazzi though, which I personally am pissed. If you have not seen Lady Gaga perform Papparazzi at the 2009 VMAs, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I mean, I may link it to you in the description box if I can find it, but you really need to get your life together because it's one of the finest displays of performance art that I've ever seen on television. But anyway, I saw on Twitter after it, a lot of people were like, oh, Lady Gaga performed Born This Way in front of a bunch of homophobes and it's such a political statement. Skirt doesn't really count because you know when you book Lady Gaga for the Super Bowl performance, you know she's going to perform Born This Way. It's not like she just went out of her way to perform some new shit and be like, oh, I'm pro-gay. Oh, Trump, don't take away gay rights. Like, she didn't do that. You guys are reaching, but your arms are too short for it. Like, sorry. I personally am happy that she didn't get up there and perform I Wanna Go Home by Sandy Cheeks or none of that Joanne shit. I like Joanne, but I really don't want to hear country music. And it would have been an easy way out for her to stand up in Texas with her guitar and just strum away and perform everything that they want her to perform and be very CMT about it. But she didn't. She gave the Gaga that her fans were yearning for, and that is commendable. So congratulations, Gaga, on a great performance. And she's going on the Joanne World Tour, so if you're like interested in that, go buy a ticket, whatever. So in a relationship, it's easy to get carried away in the beginning of things like,
oh my god, I fucking met the one, I love him, he's gonna be my fucking husband because everything he does is fucking perfect.
It's easy to get caught up in all that shit in the beginning because you're fucking swooning. Like, no shit. Everybody loves that honeymoon stage. But for me personally, I don't really count like the first 2 months of you guys speaking to even really be valid because realistically, no one's gonna start off with, hi, my name's Teresa and I'm a compulsive liar. No one's gonna start off with that. That's stuff that you have to take time with people to realize. So you have to be mature enough to be able to really let those things unfold and then decide what they mean for you. And then two, once those things arise, can you handle them? You like movie dates. Your man hates movies. You like talking on the phone. Your girl don't like talking on the goddamn phone. You wake up at 12. Your girl wakes up at 7. Like, those are certain things that you really have to assess for you. And you have to be able to not even want to change those differences in everybody because you have to allow people to be who they are. But you have to accept those differences because those differences are what makes that person that person. Unless you want to date yourself, which you could have done that without involving anybody else. I say that to say this. Real love takes real maturity. If you're not going to be real mature, you need to be real alone until you figure that shit real out. So the song of the week, we're changing the name of the song of the week to Put You On because it's going to be me putting you on the hot shit. Or you, like I said, if you have any suggestions for a song of the week, you need to leave them in the comment box. Hit me up on Tumblr, Twitter, any way of contacting me. Let me know what the song of the week is going to be so you can put me on as well. We're putting each other on to this shit. So this week I'm putting you on Syd, Nothin is Somethin from her debut album, Finn. If you've never heard of Syd before, Syd is known as the lead singer for The Internet, singer, songwriter extraordinaire, just a boss. If you haven't heard Ego Death by The Internet, I don't really know what you're doing with your life. You just need to go and listen to it. You need to go have that experience for you. Not for me, but for you. It's fucking perfect. You've got Special Affair, you've got Girl, you just got so many gems. Like, you just gotta go listen to that album. So what I like about Syd is that she gives you like that kind of like mellow, that stoner, a little bit of a bop, but it's kind of like hip-hop for bed. Like, if you're like me, like you like to listen to hip-hop, but you don't always want to listen to Waka Flocka Hard in the Paint when you're laying in the bed, because it can be too abrasive, like, holy shit. But if you're just sitting in your house, or like you with Shawty, or you with your boo, and y'all just in the bed, she makes like that Sunday morning hip-hop. It's a nice, like, graze, you know what I'm saying? So I love Nothin is Somethin. Lyrically, the album Finn is all about kind of Syd. She can seduce the panties off of her woman, but you really don't want to date her because she seduces the panties off of every woman. But that's not the point. If I were you, I'd give the album a listen. I'd definitely listen to Ego Death by The Internet, and Nothin is Somethin is one of the best songs on the album. She has a lot of songs in the album that are pretty good. So I'm putting you on Syd, Nothin is Somethin. Go ahead and listen to it. I'll link you to the description box below. And that's it for today's THiNK. As usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you later. Deuce!